Hello, everyone. This is Nidal Haykal, your host live on LinkedIn and YouTube with a very amazing guest today. She's a mindset coach, international speaker, and she helps you reinvent yourself. Her passion is to reduce the divorce rate worldwide. She has her own show, Olga Show, and she speaks four languages. And without further ado, let's all welcome the gorgeous, confident lady, Olga Geidane.
Oh, thank you so
Hello,
much,
Olga.
Nidal. That was such a
Did
nice
I
and
say
beautiful place.
your last name correct? It's a little
You
bit
did.
tricky. Yeah.
You absolutely did. Yes, and well done for that because so many people actually cannot say my name right way. So you did an amazing job. Well done, you.
Thanks to LinkedIn, with the option you can record. I listened to it like a couple times, so I did my work. You look amazing. You look amazing, Olga. Thank you for joining us today. And uh, before we start, I owe you a big thankful personally. I want all the audience know how professional and the minute I contact you almost like 6 7 months ago, and you didn't hesitate. You sent me a link for a free 15-minute call, and this 15-minute call changes my life. You told me within this phone call something I never forget it, as long as I'm alive.
Oh,
So I'll keep thanking you, forever. Thank you, Olga. And I want to drop a note that due to your schedule, it's only 30 minutes episode. So please, everybody, it's a privilege to have Olga Geidane with us today. If you have any questions, uh, put it in the comments and we will stream it. Olga, welcome with us today. And let's start with what you do. It's There's a lot of answers in the bio in LinkedIn, but we would love to hear from you. You masters changing lives, and you reshape mindset. How Olga Gaidana do that?
well, it's a journey. It's a journey where I take my clients on, starting from, if you think about like a car has an engine, and that engine is something what actually takes the car from A to B. And what happens with the engine, if engine unfortunately gets, let's say, dirty oil, or wrong um, fuel, or just the parts get really old, unfortunately the car cannot take you anymore from A to B. It might take you halfway, maybe a quarter of a way, but not the full journey. And exactly the same I do with people. What I do, we just look into which parts are slightly old, as in what blueprint or what programming is really old, maybe not even yours. Maybe you have parts from other cars, meaning maybe you have programs from other people. And also maybe you have wrong fuel in your system, because that means maybe you feed yourself with the wrong information, with the wrong affirmation, with the wrong self-talk. That's also what we'll look into. And also maybe you have a bit of dirty oil in your engine. That means maybe in your environment you have people who are energy suckers, right? Who are friends but not really friends. So as a mindset coach, what I do, I really reshape and transform somebody else's life, and we look from the thought processes to programming to how far they've come and what have they used to come to this particular level with this particular aspect of their life, and most importantly, what do they want to do next. And I always say, for me, it's not about how to get you from where you are to where you want to be. No, I always look into what stopped you so far. Because if everybody would know where they would like to get, that's easy. just break it down into smart goals and you're going to achieve it. But I always say it is those really well hidden subconscious limiting beliefs, really well hidden stories and blueprints and paradigms which are pulling you back. So what I do, first of all, we look into the engine and we look after all the parts, all the details. We clean them all, we polish them all, put them together, and then we prepare the rest of the car, right? So now we look into what exactly was not right with your car. Maybe it was a flat tire, maybe something else. So I hope this metaphor will help you to understand a bit more what exactly I do when it comes to mindset, because unfortunately, mindset is not something what we can feel, touch, or smell, just like the gravity, just like iCloud, just like Wi-Fi.
So,
But it's there. It's there, it affects us, and it's exactly what I work with something invisible.
so basically, you help indicating the problem that we don't know, and
Yes,
you go from there.
absolutely. And you'll be surprised at how many people don't even know they have a problem. They come to me and they say, well, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, but I don't really know what is the problem. And very often within 5, 10, 15 minutes, remember the conversation we had,
Yes.
I can spotlight what is that problem, because it is there, it is in the conversation, it is in that talk which people are using in everyday basis.
Like we can tell if we browse your webpage, it's going to be streamed later. There is a lot of living witnesses for the achievements, and I think it needs a lot of courage to take at least the decision. You know what? I need to see Olga, meaning I need someone to coach me to change my mindset. That's wonderful. Uh, Olga, uh, Olga today wasn't, born overnight. The success you are showing now. I know you have a very impressive journey, and we know the time is limited for today. So, would you please give us some nuggets from your basic stages within your journey?
You're right, Nidal, we don't have much time for that. Because it'll be slightly longer than probably 20 minutes or whatever we have left. But yes, I would like to start from the fact that I know many people are really struggling with right now. The fact that when I arrived to UK 12 years ago, I was a foreigner. And many people right now, they're traveling across the countries, between the continents. They're living in different time zones. And they constantly feel this feeling of, I'm a foreigner. I don't belong here. Who am I to speak up? Who am I to go after what I always wanted? Because these local people, they can, right? And I came from Latvia, and I came from a family which wasn't business minded. It wasn't, in terms of support of motivation, it wasn't there, because it was very, very average Latvian family. Well, we were a Russian family, but living in Latvia. And when I came to UK, this thought of not belonging was really, really strong. But then it took me some years, I'll be honest with you, it took me some years to realize that actually me not feeling belonging was me not feeling belonging. It wasn't
This
other people making me not feeling belonging. Does it make sense?
exactly. This was Olga talking to Olga, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. That was Olga talking to Olga. And that's why I would like to address this particular point in my life, because I know so many people can relate to that. They moved somewhere and they have a special gift, they have special talent. They maybe don't even speak a language, just like I didn't. When I arrived to England, I did not speak the language. So for me, it took some years to learn the language. And it was, stepping up for my strength, stepping up for my gift and my talent, and willing to give back to the world, because I had this strong belief that if I hold back, if I don't step up, if I don't shine my gift and my talent, how many people will not be helped because of my little fear of not speaking the language, because of my little fear of not belonging, because of my little fear of being so different and so brave, or maybe crazy, I don't know, right? So that's why I wanted to highlight this particular part of my lifetime, that when you go to the new place and you're a foreigner, you're not a foreigner on planet of Earth. You're a soul who came to this planet with a special gift. And that special gift was given to you for you to shine, to help and give back. So stop feeling like a foreigner. Stop feeling like you don't belong, because you belong to this planet of Earth, not a nation, not a country. So that's a really important point. And the next important point I would like to say, it's almost like a mixture. It's going from not feeling confident, very shy girl, and I'm talking about earlier stage of my life, where I had a vision and a dream that I want to make a difference in the world. But because I grew up in a family in a small village in Latvia, we
And
had no
back then, the world wasn't this open. And what was your vision clear? Like, this is what you imagined, what you're gonna be doing, inspiring people.
Here's the thing. We always have almost like one step ahead of us. Imagine like you're driving the car in the darkness,
Mhm.
and all you can see, there's no lights around, all you can see is that a little bit in front of you, as far as your lights can show you, right? And you drive on this road, and all you can see as far as the lights are allowing you to see, but you have faith and you trust that the road will take you somewhere, right? And the lights will show you next 3 meters, next 30 meters, next 100 meters, right? So the same was with my vision. I had a vision that I want to help because I was passionate about helping. It was just my nature. Since I was little, I was always about, what can I do? How can I help? What can I do? And then when I was 13, I learned about psychology. Pivoting, that was such a pivoting moment in my life. I started learning about psychology, and I realized, whoa, there's a whole new matrix about how we can live our lives. And here I was, little child, talking to adults, learning about their behavior, learning about who they are and why they are. And from that moment, I started building in my head what actually I could do with that. And I had this dream of helping as many people as I could, but I didn't know how. I had no clue how. But what I knew, that the more I will learn, the more I'll be able to help other people. And I have this motto in life: the more you learn, the more you earn. So you don't have to have vision for the rest of your life. But as long as you have a vision for now, until next step, until next time you will be guided, that's good. So my vision is exactly what took me from where I was in Latvia, young, inspired by psychology, to traveling the world now, working with people around the globe, working on different programs, writing a book right now, doing the workshops, working with really influential people, doing spiritual awakening for them. And it's just, there's no ceiling anymore, right? Because I know that I have a vision to help and inspire as many as I can.
Olga, if you go back in time, would you change anything?
No,
Even,
absolutely nothing.
even
Not even the hardest times of my life. And the hardest times of my life, when I had no money, when I had no food, when I lost so much weight, I was anorexic because I had no food in my fridge, right? Because I had no money. Not even that, because that made me resistant, that made me relentless, that made me hungry, not just for food, right? That
yes.
made me hungry for success. And I realized, you know what? I never, 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 never want to be back here. And I want to do more than that. I want to help others never get into this situation. So I would never change a thing. If anything, I would hire a coach a lot sooner, because I hired my first coach and I say too late, right? Because if I would have done it earlier, oh my God, Nidal, I'm not sure where I would be by now.
I would be not doing this live. Who are you to make a live session with Olga?
Who knows? But I definitely know that if I would done it sooner, because the minute I hired a coach, my brain just exploded. And I was like, oh my God. The first session was so brainstorming, it was so huge, it was so life-changing. Second session, I was like, okay, what can happen second session? Oh my God, it was even stronger, right? And
Right.
every session was stronger and stronger. And I just realized that the person who I started with this coach and the person who I finished were two different people. Then I went to the next coach, and I still have two coaches, right? So I realized if all successful people have coaches, what's wrong with me? Why shouldn't I have a coach? Oprah Winfrey, she has 4 coaches. Come on. And I'm thinking, I'm not doing good enough. I need to have 4 coaches, right? So we need to learn from these people. If we really want to get to their level, let's do what they do, right? So what I would have changed, probably the one thing, I would have hired a coach a lot earlier. This is what I would have done differently.
Wonderful. So your journey was a combination of vision, the passion to learn, and the consistency. You
Absolutely.
know, and we can see it every day. You are sharp with your kickstart morning sessions. Everyone, I wish everyone can take this, dose of optimistic. It's not long. It's 10 minutes. I wish everybody, jump and get. It's basically free inspirational sessions. Olga, I have Mr. Jad Khalil. He's the president of International Association to Confront the Corona virus. He was previously with us on live, and he's asking about what are the criteria to help studying the mind of a person, as you mentioned, the psychological field.
Oh, I love that. This mind of a person, it's a minefield. It's like a universe. And I would always say that the very first step could be looking into your life or somebody else's life and seeing which aspect of area of life needs a bit of a shift, right? So for somebody it could be money, for somebody it could be relationship, for somebody could be, let's say, confidence, for somebody it could be job, right? So look at the area in life which needs a bit of shifting, which you're not really happy with. It could be maybe not 100 out of 100%, but probably, let's say, 50 or 40, maybe even 10, maybe even 0. I had even 0% of people who come to me to work with me, right? So don't be afraid to be really honest with yourself. So start with that area, okay? But what you will see really quickly, that whatever your belief system, whatever your blueprint about that area, whatever you have about that area, just like a snow, that belief system will apply across everything, literally everything. So for example, if somebody has, let's say, money situation not that great, right? And like, for example, recently, let's take the most recent session with the client. She says, Olga, I would like to do really well financially. I would like to take myself to the next level. And I push and I push, and things not happening. And I really want to, but I just can't break through. And I ask her just 2 questions. First, why do you have to push? She was like, well,
Exactly.
don't you have to work hard? I said, well, do
You
you
can.
have to work hard? Right? So, and this is why you start challenging yourself. Okay, why is that? And then you will see these beliefs coming up. And the second thing, I was like, and why do you need money? Like, what for? She's like, well, for better lifestyle. I said, better? If I give you a penny, will that better? She said, well, no, I want a lot more than that. I said, well, but money needs a purpose, right? So we can talk about technicalities about money. We can talk about how to invest money. We can talk about how to use money. But technicality will not help you if you have this message which will always pull you back. You can have the best toolbox in the world, the best toolbox for success, for relationships, for money, for health. But if you have a message like, I need to work hard, or wealthy people are greedy, or if I will have more money, other people will be jealous, or if I'm gonna have happy relationships, other people will be jealous. Unfortunately, you will never get that, even though you will have the best toolbox ever. And this is what I mean by mind, okay? You got to really dive deeper. It's not only about how, it's about what exactly holds you back. So answering the question, look into the area which is not doing great, right? And ask yourself why. What belief system do I hold about this area? Why things are the way they are? The answers, and I wish I could work with this person, because answers will indicate where we should dive deeper, right? Only the answer can show, okay, we're gonna go this direction or we're gonna go that direction. It's almost like coming to a GP and you're saying, I feel like my arm is slightly sore. Only by asking questions, your GP will be able to tell whether you need an x-ray or just a paracetamol, right? The same here. By asking questions and getting your answers, I'll be able to take you on that journey or this journey. But I can guarantee one thing, you're gonna love it because it's gonna be a remarkable journey. So that's guaranteed.
Olga, do you depend on the interaction with your client? Like, have you ever worked with somebody that is not ready to do his part to get the essence of your coaching or mindset training?
Yes, yes, there are people, and I call them addictive counseling sessions clients, right? Because all they want is to come and talk. And I'm not saying this because counseling doesn't work. Counseling works. It does work because some people, that's exactly what they want. They want to come, they want to talk, they want to feel easier for this moment of time. They want to release something, but not really change, transform, level up, and take yourself to the next level. And this is what I call some clients. Sometimes they come to me because they were referred, because they heard, people had great successes and they want to also be them. They come to me and say, Olga, I heard this amazing success story, so I would like to work with you. And if I see first session and second session, they keep coming back, and I know there's a pattern, and patterns that always repeat themselves.
Yeah.
So after one session, you're not gonna change your life, okay? I know you keep saying they changed my life, but it's because it was powerful conversation, right? But you have to do something after that. Just like you can't go to the gym and lose 50 pounds straight away. You got to do something else, right?
We all wish.
Yeah, exactly. Well, maybe you can chop off your leg, right? So that might help, right? So it's about the process, and it's about noticing a pattern of behavior. So sometimes clients come to me and we have a first session, and it's really strong session, powerful, because we're going to go through the depths. We're going to go into the what caused you to feel that way, what exactly happened, and stuff like that. So it's a combination of counseling, because I do have counseling background, and coaching and therapy as well if needed, right? And then second session comes, and then sometimes third session comes. And if I see client all they want just to have a counseling session, very often I would tell them, look, for a counseling session, I'm a bit too pricey. I'll be honest with you, right? If you want just counseling session, you better go for counseling. I'm happy if you stay with me, that's fine. But I know that counseling costs less than coaching, okay? So if you want to stick with me, we got to do some work, sunshine, right? Because it's about giving that value, right, for what you invest. But sometimes that's exactly what people need. They need this journey of releasing first before they can go on the journey. And that's
Wow.
why, for me, I'm really grateful and thankful for being very intuitive, because I feel clients. I'm always open and honest with clients. If I feel they go back to counseling state, I will tell them. But I'm very open, and I'm very, very happy to continue to work with them if they choose to, because I know eventually they will want to break through, right? So it's a fine balance, and that's what I mean. That's why I'm really blessed being so intuitive, because I can feel and I can sense clients. But it doesn't mean I cannot be honest with them, because my biggest promise to my clients is confidentiality and honesty. I'll be always confidential, and I'll be always honest with them.
But not to the extent to say the F word to a customer, as you there was a post today for you on LinkedIn, right? I loved the post, but I couldn't, comment. So like it was, I said, "Oh my God, Olga, that's viral." I loved it.
That's true. Yes, I heard that, but no, I never used that word towards my clients. Absolutely not. But I'll be honest, as a coach, I must be blunt and I must be straightforward. Okay, so when it's needed, I'm straightforward and I'm blunt. When it's needed, I'm more pulling back and I'm allowing a client to have a rant. And I call it a rant because it's almost like giving a birth
Good.
to what is inside of them, right? And allowing them and I hold the space for them so they can give that birth to whatever is inside of them. So that's what I mean. It's highly intuitive. It's feeling the client. It's knowing the types of client. It's understanding how people mind works. So it's a lot more than some people say, oh, coaching is easy, it's just listening. Well, effective coaching is a lot more than just listening. I'll
It,
tell you that.
that's the point. Yeah, it's not just about to listen, but it's what's the outcome after you advise. Olga, I know you are on a lot of social media platforms. I put the links within the comments. You are on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and you have your own webpage, which is a New Life Kickstart. Can you tell us about your webpage? Because what caught my eye is that you, Olga, knew the pain that the customer could have, and this gives a lot of honesty and authenticity to the person coaching. What you can tell us about your webpage and what you are aiming to give from it.
I must say, Nidal, webpage was never my focus. It was never something what I was always pushing out there or even working on it because my clients find me through referrals. I probably had only a few clients coming to me through that page. Majority of people coming through to me through referrals, through clients who work with me already, and these people usually have first hand with whom I work straight away. People who come through me to me through web page or social media, they either get into the waiting list or they go through qualification to work with me. They fill application, and then if they're successful, then they get into working with me. But through the website, I just mainly wanted to give a platform for people to share their journey of how the work with me like impacted them so they could verbalize it so people could see the true stories, people can see the names, people could see when exactly they left the testimonial, because I strongly believe in being honest and transparent, right? And I do believe that I want people to see that. For example, on my Google as well page, my Google page also says transparent testimonials from my clients, because again, I want to show the true result. I know many people put like in quotes and quotes testimonials from some clients, and I always look at these websites thinking, you know,
You are kidding. Yeah.
yeah, I know, you know what I mean? It's like I
Yeah.
could write tons of them, right? So that was my main idea, to be transparent and to be very, very open about what exactly happens when people work with me, and there people can find information about many things, about my workshops, about my speaking engagements, about my coaching, because people put what they received from me onto my website or onto my Google page. But also recently I got into actually on a Clubhouse platform
Yeah.
where we recently also met. We were able
Yeah.
to speak about one of the rooms, and that is a new platform which I actually quite enjoy. But and yet, because of the work commitments, I cannot be there quite a lot. So that's another platform where I'm also at, and I kind of exploring and playing with that. But I must say that probably one of my favorites still is LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the platform where many professionals, high level professionals, come to work with me. They find my content useful, they can relate to that, which is amazing. And I think the relatability comes from me talking to them by describing what I just did with my clients, right? So I always talk about real stories, real examples. So everything what I share on my social media is always real, because I always had this belief that I want to walk my talk. I want to be that person that everybody looks at me and says, she walks the talk. I know her journey and she walks the talk. That's exactly actually what happened today at the
I'm
Clubhouse.
I'm a living example. Yes, she talks and then she
Oh,
advises. I tried it myself.
thank you. Thank you. But what
Olga,
happened?
Yes, I'm sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, that's what happened actually today in the clubhouse. Surprisingly, I was co-hosting in the room, and dear friend of mine, she jumped into the room, and he was like, "Olga," and we haven't spoken for ages. He says, "Olga, I met you at personal development event. It's been
Wow.
about 5 or 6 years from now, from that moment, and oh my God, you had such a journey." And I was like, "Wow." You know, in a clubhouse, you don't really want to interrupt other people. You can't really send personal message. But I was sitting there thinking, well, this room is about other topic. It's not about me, right? But he was like, Olga this, Olga that. And I
He
just
was
realized,
so excited.
yeah, exactly. But it just shows how people like to see your journey. People like to see when you walk the talk. And that's exactly what I always wanted to do. I always wanted to show to people that you can walk your talk. What you have to do for that is just to really listen to your heart, really listen to your vision, to your mission, to follow your purpose, and be the person whom you are telling other people to be. So
Amazing.
that's important.
Olga, we are now 30 minutes, but I have to ask you those two questions. So please don't leave.
Okay, fire out, fire out.
Olga, I know you are passionate about reducing the divorce rates in the world, and what a mission! It's amazing to keep families holding on. What's the updates on this mission, Olga? And a quick question too: do you think it's important to face that to get married? It's not like we are entering a wonder world. There's two persons, two differences, personalities. It might work, it might not, but as long as we educate ourselves, let's sacrifice and let's go to a meeting point. We don't have to be identical. So tell us about your mission to reduce the divorce rates worldwide.
Oh, you know what? I'm so passionate about this mission. We'll probably need about 3 hours about that. But in a few words, I'm so passionate about this because I know I came from a divorced family, right? I'm a child of a divorced family. And also I got divorced myself because I got married at a very young age when I didn't know myself. I didn't know what I like, what I don't like. So I could see the journey of my child being between two houses, and we have great relationship with my ex-partner. So we have no problems. We were very civil. We respect each other. We're the great friends.
That's
But what I
great.
learned, many other families, they they make children suffer because they go from one hell to another hell. And I worked with so many people who were victims of divorced families, and I realized if we don't educate people how to learn about themselves and accept another planet of Earth, right? Because when man and woman or two the same gender people come together, these are two different planets, two different universes. And when you haven't learned about yourself, how can you learn about others? When you haven't accepted yourself, how can you accept others? When you haven't loved yourself, when you haven't loved yourself unconditionally, how can you love others? So my aim is to reduce the divorce rate in the world. But I'm not doing this by stopping couples to divorce. I'm doing this by, first of all, educating people on
Exactly.
themselves, right? Second bit, helping couples to understand, and I work with plenty of couples to understand each other. Languages, because we speak different languages. Man, woman, we speak different languages, right? And thirdly, it's understanding why they're there together, okay? And it's always important to remember that you can always divorce. But what if you save your marriage? You not just save your marriage, you
Wow,
will
that's
save the future marriage of your child, because your child will learn from your example. Now, when I look back at my divorce, I know I could make it work. I know I could make it work. But I'm
it
a
was
lot wiser now.
it was the proper solution by that, but not all.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yes.
Olga, is there any future project events would you like to share with us and the audience?
Absolutely, yes. Well, I would be not me if I wouldn't work on future projects. So I'll mention just a few of them. I'm right now writing a book which will be published within
Oh,
next 12.
really?
Yes, I am. Yeah, absolutely. And it is on relationships. I'm not going to release more, but it is on relationships. I have lots of case studies from my clients, and I also have my own stories in that book. So that'll be very exciting thing. And
This
then,
is the first book, right?
pardon?
This is the first book.
It's a first book. Yeah, it's a first book. Yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, thank you very much. And also another thing which is happening is my events on intuitive guidance, on intuitive intentions. So basically, it's all about you receiving the guidance to how to get to your goals a lot faster and a lot quicker. So I help people to reconnect with their intuition, reconnect with their mission, and then they walk out from this workshop with a mind map. It's a vision board, which is like a roadmap towards their goals, towards their mission, and it's all intuitive. So I help people to reconnect with themselves, with that inner self, which we all have, that inner guide of ours. So these are quite exciting. I have more, but that these two are quite exciting things, and I'm really, really happy to share these. And if people want to find out more, they can send me a message, and I'm happy to share with them details and invite them to workshops because they're private. I only allow 10 people max to come to these events, and I'm reducing them to only 7 people at the time because we share a lot, and it's so powerful that if that would be a full room, let's say of 30 or 100 or 3,000 people, the energy wouldn't be the same. So they're hugely powerful.
It looks so impressive. Congratulations for everything coming up. And Olga, I have to say thank you for being with us today. And I apologize for the extra time, but it's Olga. So thank you again. And hopefully in the future, we'll host you again with new news and projects. And congratulations on your first book. Olga Geidane, the mindset coach and the international speaker, and a lot more. Thank you very much for being with us today.
It was my pleasure. I just hope everybody who was watching your show today will be able to not only listen and think like, oh, it was a great show, but actually apply at least one thing. Remember, the more you learn, the more you earn. So take one thing from this interview, apply it, and get back to Nidal or get back to me and tell us how that impacted your life.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you very much, Olga, and stay safe.
Thank you. Take care.
And that was Olga Geidane, the amazing coach, international speaker, and she really can change your life, and she can reshape and rearrange your mindset. Olga Geidane is on a mission to reduce the divorce rates worldwide, and it's a lovely episode. Thank you again, Olga Geidane. As usual, the quote today is from my daughter, the 10 years old Aya, and she wants me to say it live. The quote is: hard work without talent is a shame, but talent without hard work is a tragedy. Thank you, Aya. And I don't know if she's trying to tell me something. Thank you, everybody. This was Nidal Haykal. Stay safe.